Hey, I'm Evan.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to USSC Stories.
The broken and falling, damned old souls been sent to burn. Nowadays they've been calling, telling me soon gonna be my turn. Head down.
One of the telltales of all military, Navy, whatever, fucking heartbreaks, man.
Okay, females. Yeah.
Fucking females. If you into dudes too, man, hey, shit, no, that's you. But there's
Yeah.
heartbreaks everywhere, man. I think my first heartbreak, I was dating this chick for like about 6, 7 months before I actually joined the military, right? And we were sitting there having a conversation. I let her know I think I'm gonna go into the military, man. And she was all kind of, why are you doing this? Or, what about me type shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, it ain't like if I get stationed somewhere, you can't come with me type deal, right?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm not too sure if I want to do that and everything. I was like, well, we'll rehash it, but I'm still going, regardless, whatever, right? So I fucking go. Uh, we writing letters, shit, back and forth in boot camp. We talked every day. We got to A school and shit.
Yeah.
Sub school is where shit kind of hit the fan, right? So she was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I went back to my ex. Sorry that I have to do this to you, whatever." So, all right, sucks, heartbroken, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I remember I came home on leave one time before I went to Hawaii. We actually rekindled again. Everything was fucking cool, man. Like, it worked out. We talked it over, and when I went to my first deployment, I get a sailor mail saying she's pregnant. Now I'm like, oh shit, okay, but it's not by me.
Okay. Yeah. That'll happen.
Fuck. So didn't talk to her, didn't reply. After deployment, I came back home, and this motherfucker had the nerve to actually be like, I know things aren't well with us, but would you still accept me and the child? Like, what?
Bitch. Yeah.
Like, so you just fucking cheat?
So you want to fuck some other dude, get pregnant by him, and then be like, hey, listen, he left, so I kind of need some man to take over. Will you be willing? Get the
Yeah,
fuck out.
yeah, yeah. Like, get the fuck out, man. Lo and behold, bro, we ain't really talked since then, bro. Like, seriously?
Yeah. So I had two heartbreaks when I was in the Navy. Two. Everyone has there's probably multiple women that we went with and broke up with and all kinds of stuff, but two actual heartbreaks.
Right.
So one was similar. It was straight out of Civilian Life 2 boot camp. I went in, and before that, I was kind of flirting with this girl. I would call her Fia, right?
Yeah.
And I was flirting with her for a while, and then it was straight out of high school. We were hot and heavy for a long time. I was making my moves and everything, and it was my time to go in the Navy, so I went to the Navy. But for me, I was thinking like it was going so well that I was thinking like nothing could go wrong. Right?
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah. That it was one of those stories of everything was so fucking magical that no time apart could destroy that. Well, it took about 2 or 3 weeks.
God damn.
Yeah, of being at boot camp. She got with her ex. I still actually talk to her to this day. We still talk. We're buddies and stuff. We haven't done anything like that. But back in boot camp, I was all about her, bro. And about 2 or 3 weeks into boot camp, she was writing me and stuff, like not the fan mail,
The
Sailor mail. I don't know what we called it in boot camp. I guess sailor mail. I don't know.
guess I said something. It was just fucking mail. I remember.
Yeah, it was mail. You know, you get mail, and for the most part, I was just getting shit from my parents, and then I got like one letter from my buddy, who's my one of my best friends,
Yeah.
who I'm still best friends with from this day, from middle school, to be honest. And then the other person that was writing me was her.
Yeah.
You know how that process goes. Letters come, and they come a lot, and then all of a sudden they start dwindling a little bit.
Yeah.
They start less and less and less, and they stopped coming. So I was like, you know, I start writing her and all that kinds of bullshit. And, you know, the last week or a few weeks of boot camp, we got to use phones a lot more. You know, you remember the phones in the rec center and shit like that?
Yeah. You get like a little calling card shit.
Yeah, like calling cards. You got the little paper. And for all you new guys, a payphone. No, I'm just kidding. So, so I called her up on a payphone one day, and she's like, "Yeah, I got with my ex and all this kind of shit." And dude, I'm telling you, bro, it just crushed me. Like me being 17, 18 years old, you know, thinking that, you know, she would be the one, all the sappy bullshit, you know. And it was horrible. It was a horrible fucking thing. And that was the first one. Now the second one, I was actually already on the submarine, and I met this chick through a couple of friends of mine, and she was she did massages. She was a massage therapist, so that was kind of yeah. And you know, we clicked pretty much right away, and all that, and we had a good. It was around the time when I was on not shore duty, but I was not on deployment. I was off deployment. The other crew was on deployment.
Yeah.
So I had like a couple of months. So we had like good 2 or 3 months of us just having a good time and everything. And you know, again, it was one of those things where I was like, man, I like this chick a lot. Maybe I'll love her. You know. Yeah. I want to be with her. And you know, this is back in 2012, 2011, somewhere around there, you know, early 2010s. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I was all about her. And so then it was our turn to go out to sea. You know, the other crew came back in, and, you know, we'd start doing the switch over, the refit and all that kinds of shit. And then we went out to sea. And it was kind of the same concept as the first chick, where all the sailor mail started coming in. You know, the email that we used to get, that fucking 1980s email that we used to get all the time. Yeah. And I used to get all the time, and you know, get all the repeats and all that shit. You know, you get the same email like 3 or 4 times in a row for some fucking reason. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it stopped coming in. It stopped coming in, bro. And I was like, damn, this is, you know, at first I was like, you know, whatever. She's busy, you know, she's got a job, she's got to take care of her dad, all kinds of shit. You know, I was deceiving myself, you know.
Yeah, you got like denial point.
Yeah, I was in the denial point. I was deceiving myself. You know, I was like, no, she's doing this, she's doing this, she's doing this. She doesn't have time for me. You know, well, it is what it is. She was only human. So, yeah, you know, she was getting with another dude. And I didn't know that at the time. But, you know, I was emailing her all the time and stuff like that. And I was getting, you know, as time went on, as days turned into weeks, the denial phase started turning into like realization, you know, like, all right, you know, she must be with some other dude, you know, which for some mariners, you know as well as I do, we've been on different boats, but you know as well as I do, it's really, 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 really tough to keep a relationship going for whatever reason.
I think it's worse too when I got a story. I think it's worse when your friend actually is one of the reasons why your relationship didn't work the fuck out like it should.
Yeah.
So I gotta use some names for this one, but I'll say Adrian and Joe, right?
You're in Joe. Okay.
Adrian and Joe. So I was augmented off the ship. So you know what augment is?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know why I didn't ask that fucking question. So I was augmented off the ship.
For the viewers. Yeah.
Yeah. Augment is when you pretty much miss part of the deployment to do whatever, either family emergency, school, whatever got going on, you're not on the ship during that time. So I was augmented the first half of.
It's basically like, to interrupt you. It's basically you are attached to another command temporarily.
Yeah.
It's not exactly TAD. You're attached to a different command temporarily. It's basically the only thing I can think of augmentee. Going attached to another ship or to Afghanistan or Iraq, something like that. Yeah. That'd be augmentee. But anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So I was augmented on our second deployment for the first 3 months, or first 2 months, because I had broke my ankle or some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the story we got to talk about soon. But I broke my ankle, and I was off the ship for 2 months. So one day, just fucking going through my phone, scrolling on Facebook, Adrian was on the ship, and Joe was augmented with me. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that, right? So I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I see Joe with Adrian's girlfriend, like hugged up, right?
And what? I see where this is going.
So I'm like, what the fuck, right? Like, whatever, it's not my business. I'm not gonna talk about it. But then as the 2 months was going, I started seeing more posts and more posts and more posts. So I'm like, yeah, this ain't looking good, right? So I remember we both end up showing up to the boat. Well, I showed up to the boat first. I was in Japan. The boat was in Japan, so I showed up to the boat, and I'm talking to Adrian. And he's like, man, how's Augment? I was like, man, it's pretty good, bro. But it was so hard for me not to say something, right? I was like, man, I want to say something so bad, but I kind of want to confront.
Isn't that the fucking worst, bro? When you are the only motherfucker that knows about a certain situation, but you can't really say what's going on because it's really none of your business to begin with.
Right.
And you're like friends with the person that's asking you that.
Yeah, because here's the bad part about it was we were all three friends. We all were like our little circle of friends. So when we used to go out together, we used to always do stuff together. So I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna talk to Joe about it and see what the fuck's going on, right?
Right.
So a month later, Joe finally showed up to the boat, and we pulled back into Japan again. Fucking Japan. We pulled in Japan again, and we all was like, hey, fucking, we moored. Let's go grab some lunch. We're sitting there talking, and Adrian was like, man, you know what? I think I'm gonna propose to my girl. I'm sitting there like, God damn.
Yeah,
don't say nothing, Mike.
Face.
Yeah, don't say nothing, Mike. Don't say nothing, Mike. So I pulled Joe to the side later on, and I was like, hey, man, what's up with you and, Adrian's girl? Oh, no. We were just kicking it for a couple of times. She invited me to go to like this Comic-Con thing. And that's it. No, we were just friends. I'm like, are you sure you're just friends? Oh, man, we're just friends. I'm like, bruh, don't lie to me. Like, I've seen y'all hugged up and shit on Facebook. We're like, what the fuck? He's like, all right, I ain't gonna lie. We fucked a few times. Like, I like her and shit like that. Like, we actually love each other. And she's thinking about, but I broke it off. I told her, that's not the right thing to do. This and this and this and this, right? Which they didn't. They fucking didn't. So, I remember we huddled back up and we were sitting there shooting the shit, going shopping, stuff like that. And we ended up going to the mall out there. And Adrian was like, you know what? I'm about to buy a ring. It's like, man, I told him you might not want to do that right now, bro. You might want to hold off on buying any type of ring or something just until you for sure ready. You want to marry this girl. No,
Right.
I think I really want to buy a ring, bro. I was like, no, I'm serious, bro. I think you might want to hold the fuck off. Like,
Right.
might want to hold the fuck off. So we actually got into it. He's like, bro, like, like just fucking stand behind me. Like, why the fuck, you got so much shit you want to say. You got something to say, fucking say it. But let me do my thing. All right. Go ahead.
That's rough, bro. Like knowing someone else is doing something with your buddy's lady, but knowing you can't say anything because the other guy's your buddy.
Yeah.
And
that shit was hard, bro. So we actually go back out to sea, and Joe was with us the whole time. Fucking Adrian's talking about the shit. So I'm looking at Joe like, bro, you better fucking say something before this dumbass go and buy this fucking ring for this girl that you fucking smashing. Like, you smashing this girl, bro. Like,
yeah.
So we go back out to sea, and we're sitting there talking, and I'm telling Joe, hey, bro, you need to say something. If you don't say something, I'm gonna fucking say something.
Right.
Don't say that. I'm gonna do it. So I walk up to them one day, and I'm hearing Joe tell Adrian, hey, when the next pool we buy into, I'll help you pick out the ring. And I was like, fuck it. I pulled Adrian to the side. I was like, look, man, you gonna be mad at me when I'm gonna tell you? I honestly don't give a fuck. But Joe been fucking your girl, man. He been fucking your girl the whole time he's been off the boat. So he was like, man, no, man, stop bullshit. Stop fucking bullshit. And I was like, bro, I wish I could fucking lie to you. This is before screenshots and shit was like available. I was like, I wish I could find all that shit for you. But I'm telling you the fucking truth. He's doing like he's fucking your girl. So you might want to confront him about it. I don't know what you want to do, but that's the reason why I was telling you not to fucking buy this ring right now.
Right.
And then he knew I wouldn't lie to him about no shit like that. And then like he had like the most manliest fucking tear. Like he just stood there and looked like down. That one fucking tear like rolled down his face.
Yeah.
He fucking shrugged that shit off and was like, all right. And the next thing I know, he was pacing back and forth in Crew's mess. He's like, where the fuck is he at? I'm about to whoop his ass. like, nah, this ain't the time to do this shit, man. And he chased him the fuck down and was about to try to fight him, man.
That'll happen, bro. I mean, that'll happen. Like, unfortunately, I'd love to put all the blame on women.
Yeah.
I would love to, but that's not the case. I mean, dudes are dogs, and if they smell an opportunity, they'll go after it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, because I've had my ain't shit moments, whatever, while I was in, but I never tried to double cross a fucking friend.
Yeah.
Or nothing like that. Especially we supposed to be like best friends. But after that, our friendship, and what was so crazy, even though that shit did happen, the fucking friendship was still there. Like, it took maybe a month or two for the shit to kind of dissolve, and then we were still back normal, like, ain't shit happened.
Isn't that weird, bro? Like, maybe it's due to submarines. Maybe it's beyond submarines. Maybe it's fraternity shit or whatever. But isn't it weird that, like, you'll be in a relationship with a woman, be in love with her, all kinds of, all the sappy shit.
Yeah.
And one of your friends will fuck her and do all kinds of nasty shit. And then, they get found out. And you'll be more forgiving towards your friend than towards the woman, right? Isn't that fucking weird? Maybe it's not weird. I don't know. Like,
no, it's weird.
Like, why? I've seen it more than once, and I've actually experienced it more than once. Like, of forgiving your friends, your boys, more than the woman.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, he was chasing pussy or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm thinking maybe because it's like, maybe it's for the submarine aspect. I'm pretty sure some people watching this shit right now, like, yeah, fuck all that. We're not going to be friends again, But I think for the submarine aspect, you stuck working with whoever the person is for X amount of time. So that animosity that you have with each other, at one point, that shit gonna have to go because you gonna have to rely on that person at one point, or that person gonna have to rely on you.
it's a good point, bro. Like, you know, I think that had a lot to do with it, bro. Like, you wouldn't think about it at the time. Like, say 10 years ago when you are not and I were on submarines.
Yeah.
You know, or sooner than that even. Um, if we were going through some girl problems or whatever, we would be pissed at each other. But when it comes to actual work, like, let's say there's a fire on the submarine or something like that, we would handle it. We would work together, like nothing happened. Like if there was a fire on the ship and let's just say you were fucking my woman or I was fucking yours or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
And we were so pissed at each other. We hated each other. We wanted to kill each other as soon as we possibly could.
Yep.
If there was a fire on the fucking submarine, you and I would put all that aside to put out the fucking fire. Once that fire was put out, I would, stab you in the throat. Or, you'd fucking yank my balls off or some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. During the time we were fighting that fire, I'm hoping your ass would catch on fire. But,
oh, yeah.
But it's just weird. It's just weird, man. Like, just being in a relationship and being in the military is fucking tough as it is. Like, I've seen marriages dissolve. No, I've seen just a lot of motherfuckers being pregnant that the fucking the dudes ain't the actual baby's father and shit like that. I've seen a whole broken relationship, especially on the submarine force, man.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Like a lot of people. Well, I don't know about you, but for me, I was straight out of high school when I went to submarines. A lot of guys, if not most, are straight up high school that go to submarines. So they're very naive when it comes to stuff like that. Romance and shit. Maybe they fucked a couple of women in their day, maybe not. And they get to the submarine and they think they're really badass. They got their clearance and they have all their money and stuff, and the women are there. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone who has or has not been in submarines or therefore the Navy, the women will be there. They know what the fuck you have. They know what kind of benefits you have. They want to have after it. They're gonna take it from you if you're not careful.
And there were a lot of dudes on my boat that was at the time was on like military Cupid, plenty of fish and shit like that. Like I've seen so many people get married so fucking fast. Like they show up to the boat, fucking 2 months later, these motherfuckers getting married.
Hey, what do you call those women?
Oh, dependers.
Dependers, baby. Oh my god.
Fucking dependers, man.
That's what you call them, dependers, man. Like those women. They're like lions. No, they're not like lions. They're like hyenas, bro.
Yeah.
They're like hyenas. They will patrol on the outskirts of the fucking area and look for the weakest link.
Yep.
And we'll see like the newest guy, maybe a little nerdy. Maybe they can realize like he's never been with a lot of women or something like that, or not anyone at all. And they'll be like, fuck yeah, this guy's got a paycheck. I'll pounce on that dick. And like she'll be like fucking nastiest looking bitch, but he'll be like, yeah, I'll get some fucking pussy and stuff. There's some stories to tell, and you do, bro. I'm telling you, like he'll go through the works and he'll fuck her, he'll marry her, and maybe a year later, if that, they'll get divorced and he'll hate life. Bro, some mariners, man, we're just stupid motherfuckers, aren't we?
Yeah, we dumb as fuck, bro.
We're stupid.
We dumb as fuck. The thing that pissed me off was the women or dependents that use their husband's rank to like
solidify some gates and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like I'm like my husband's he's a captain in the military. You should respect me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you and your husband. Hey.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And then we had this one depender. I was new to the boat. My Y2 was having like a little get together, and he invited maybe like 6-7 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess her husband didn't get invited. She messaged me on Facebook this fucking 3-paragraph long statement saying, like, you know, I need to have better respect for my crew members and shit like that. Like how can I throw a party and not invite people and talk shit about certain people, keep my name out your fucking mouth and all this. And I was like,
sure, you?
she went to me with the shit, right? And I was like, bitch, I just got to the boat like 2 months ago. Like, I don't know who I don't know who the fuck your husband is. Well, first, I don't know who the fuck you are. So why are you even messaging me? Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong yeoman. I was like, what the fuck? So, okay. And she's like, I'm so sorry. You seem like you're a nice person. Okay. Like, it's fucking stupid, man. Like that wife committee, the wife committee is the dumbest shit sometimes.
You know, it was before my time, but I heard there's a time in Groton, Connecticut, when Groton, Connecticut is where the submarine school is.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard in before my time, there's this scheme going around in Groton, Connecticut of this XO's wife that literally had a sex scandal going on where she would basically recruit like other submariners' wives to do like prostitution and stuff like that. You know, like you know, they would fuck for money. And that went on for a little while. I heard that after I graduated from submarine school, so I'm assuming it was sometime before, obviously.
Yeah.
It just shows you like how scandalous some fucking women can be, whether you're an E1 in the Navy or a fucking E9 or, you know, O fucking 10 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I remember you mentioning that shit because I remember our instructors telling us, man, don't take your ass to the barracks. We find out you at the barracks, that's automatically, you get automatically kicked out, some shit like that. But, no, not the barracks, housing. Yeah, housing. I don't want to say the barracks. Like, don't take your ass to housing. If you go to housing, we find you in housing, you getting kicked the fuck out, blah, blah, blah. Because I guess there was a rumor going around saying that if, I don't know if you heard this, it was like a myth or a wise tale. Whenever the husband is on deployment.
Broom handle?
The broom handle or the porch light. The broom handle or the porch light will be on.
Yes. So, yeah. For us, the broom, I don't ever heard of the porch handle, but for the broom, you would turn it upside down, or the woman would turn it upside down, and that's signal that said, you know, she's ready for action.
Fucking scandalous, man.
Scandalous, bro. Like it's really sad to think about it like that, like how dirty shit can be in the military, to be honest. Like, well, in the Navy, I don't know about any other branch, I'm sure they're the same way, but you know, the Navy in particular, like it can be really scandalous, bro. Like shit like that, like it actually happens. Like that's a true story. Like there is women that are married to people in the Navy, in particular the submarine force, that have turned broom handle upside down in order to signal other people who are not on deployment, hey, come fuck me. You know?
I'm open for business, man.
Yeah, bro. Like
that's fucking
it's insane.
Because I actually ended up sleeping with somebody's wife, and I didn't know that she was fucking married until I actually got to her house. And she was in the Army. And I remember picking her up at the club, and she was talking to me like she was in the Army.
Yeah.
We were sitting there just having a good time, fucking went back to her place and went into the bedroom. And I started seeing pictures of like bedside of this other fucking dude. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's my husband. All right. I was already too far gone, and I was already fucking. It was like an hour to get to the fucking her place anyway. Like I'm already here, man. I might as well just fucking get my shit in. Like I ain't
right. Busting up.
Yeah, that's gonna be in your conscience, goddammit. But it's fucking crazy. It's scandalous ass people out there, and some of the dudes are no better, man.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, and there's women sailors, you know. And their men are just the same, You know,
Yep.
they're scandalous as fuck, and they'll be fucking other military wives, other they don't even have to be military, just other women, you know, and it happens, bro. It happens.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking for a long time, like, damn, is this just like exclusive to military life? Like, are we really that fucked up where our people, like, our significant others are just fucking us all the time? And it took me a long time to digress that. And the answer is no. No, it's not just fucking military life.
No.
You know?
After being out, I see it so much. I see it more often actually being out than actually when I was in the fucking military.
Yeah, that's what trips me up the most, bro. It really trips me up the most because I saw it so much in the military life, but I see it more in civilian life.
Yeah.
I do, you know? It's almost like a game with, I'm going to say women because I'm a man, you know,
Yeah.
we chase women.
Yeah.
So I see it, you know, women playing it as a game, you know. They want that security and the comfort, right, with a man.
Yep.
And once they get that, they'll go chase something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've seen that shit. I've seen that more than I should have seen it. And then I think it's easier. I think why it's so like the military get it so bad because the fucking dude is gone on deployment. He's gone somewhere, or the chick is gone somewhere. So now you got like kind of free range to kind of do whatever without being, sought out. And especially for people like underway, out to sea, whatever. It's easy to do that shit because you have no communication to the outside world. You don't have no Facebook. You don't have no social media to access. You don't have none of that. So you're oblivious to what the fuck's going on until you get back in port. And then motherfuckers know that shit. Hey, my husband should be gone for anywhere from 2 to 6 months. I can get it in during this fucking time while they're gone. And
Right.
And it can still be sneaky about it.
Right.